Hello, we're washing the chicken good and patting it dry. Using garlic, salt, garlic powder, black pepper, paprika, onion powder, garlic salt, drizzle of olive oil to bring all the flavors together and mix it very well. Mix it till it's all. And now it's time to make the dumplings. So we used 4 pounds of chicken, and that means we needed 3 cups of flour, 9 tablespoons of butter, and we mix it together. The butter should be room temperature, and mine was, but for some reason it was still pretty difficult to mix together for me. But I accomplished it. 1 cup of chicken broth, and you're gonna mix that together. Stir it well. Stir, stir, stir. And now it's time to gather everything, the flour and the dough, mix it all together, get it into a nice ball, get all the flour out. And we're going to flour the board so we can prevent the dough from sticking to the bottom, even though I still had a difficult time with it sticking. This was the most difficult part for me, but with some time and effort, I was able to get it done. I got this recipe from a YouTuber. Her name is ThatGirlCanCook. That's her channel's name, and a relative referred this video to us, so we decided to try it out. And this part, she made it look so easy to do, but I was struggling. And I noticed that the more flour we use, the better, because it was even sticking to the rolling pan. And so the more flour I put down in between, it helped it to not stick. I was really struggling with this part, but I was able to get it done. Doing a lot of shaping and patting, and it took a lot of effort. Now you want to smooth it out until all of the blemishes are gone, which I did. Now on this part, she recommended we use a non-serrated knife, but I did not follow directions very well. And so the dough kept moving in areas where it should not be moving. And so a butter knife will just make the process a lot more smoother. Especially for this part where you have to cut the pieces for the dumpling and make it nice and neat. Well, a serrated knife is not good for this. You have to have a smooth knife. That will make the edges nice and smooth. Another tip she gave was to, if you don't want little squares, you can ball it up in little balls about the size of the squares that I'm cutting. And that will work also. Now we're going to oil our pan for the chicken. We're going to sear both sides. And we're going to sear for 3 minutes on each side. We don't want to cook it all the way, just enough to brown both sides of the chicken. And then we want to remove it from the pan, set it aside. And now we cut our vegetables. Celery. And we're going to cut carrots as well as onions. So I've already put the vegetables inside of the skillet and all of the vegetables, and we're going to saute them for about 3 minutes. I actually wish I would have used a little bit more vegetables instead of 3 stalks of celery. I think I used 3. Probably should have used 5 and maybe more carrots and more onions, because I like a lot of vegetables in my food and it just wasn't enough compared to the chicken in the dumplings that we had. And I used 2 skillets because I didn't think that all of that food would fit in one for 4 pounds of chicken. But what I should have done was probably just use the big pot, which I ended up doing in the end. I ended up transferring all of the food from both skillets and placing it into a big pot. Now we use just 1 tablespoon of flour for each and stir it up so we can get it nice and thickened. It's going to be dry, but that is normal, and that's okay. And here, we need about 8 to 10 cups of chicken broth, and I used about 1.5 boxes. So and put it in the pitcher, the chicken broth. And we're going to slowly pour it into the skillet, a little at a time. And stir it well so that you can get the clumps, any clumps out that may be there. Season it with some more black pepper and salt and thyme. And then we're going to put the chicken in there. The YouTuber who I got the video idea from, her name is ThatGirlCanCook, and she said she used fresh thyme because she had the thyme. Well, we didn't have the thyme, so we're using the seasoning. And we want to cover the chicken all the way until it's drowned in the chicken broth. Completely covered in the chicken broth. And like I said, I ended up transferring both skillets of food into one big pot after doing all of this. But I would suggest you do that from the beginning so that you don't accidentally spill anything. There's my pot. And now it's time to cover it, and we cook it for 30 minutes. And after you do that, you add 2 tablespoons of heavy cream so you can make it nice and smooth and creamy. Give it a whirl. Yeah, I was chopping up the chicken and make it nice and thin. You can take it out and spread it apart if you want to do it that way, but I just did it in the pot. And then also, I'm putting the dumpling inside the pot. And we're supposed to put it in little by little and stir as you go. So stir gently so that you don't tear the dumpling apart, because it's easy to do. But it looks like I was moving kind of fast, but it all worked out. The dumpling starts to cook and form pretty quickly if the pan is hot enough. So yeah, it started to thicken up pretty easily. And just put it in little by little and stir as you go. I floured the outside of my dough so it wouldn't stick, and that is the final product. It was really good. I actually give it a 10 out of 10. It was perfect. I love this recipe. It was our first time trying it, and I'm definitely going to cook it again. Have a great day.